spread the word about this. It's the New England Mobile Fit Clinic, and Patty's in the studio. Jackie, was she on the road?
She's not on the road, but she's finishing up from some clinics last week.
Sure. All right, what this does is bridge the gap in cancer care, improves the access, and enhances the quality of life for cancer patients. They're in Vermont, they're in New Hampshire, they're in Maine and Massachusetts, and it's a mobile unit offering properly fitted bras for post-mastectomy and what's that word?
Lumpectomy.
Lumpectomy patients, prosthesis of breasts, and their products and wigs, which, for patients experiencing hair loss due to chemotherapy. It's a compassionate and practical solution that addresses the unique challenges, and it is a unique challenge. I don't know. Well, you've got a story a little bit. You went through cancer.
I did.
There was no mobile fit clinic, was there?
No.
So what did you do?
So I was very fortunate because Amanda Thomas, which is the business that we partner with, who has the certified fitters for these services, they had connections with the hospital where I was being treated. And so they sent me to Jackie. And so 11 years ago, a little over 11 years ago, I met Jackie Staddy, and that's how it all started. So I was fortunate to be able to get to her brick and mortar. Our mobile fit clinic is really serving clients that don't have a brick and mortar to go to. Over the years, many of the brick and mortar businesses that did this service have gone out of business for various reasons. And clients in those areas don't have any place to go. So they either wear a bra that's not fitted. They don't have access to these other prostheses, or they have to travel far to do them. Or, you can buy things online, but they're not going to be properly fitted. So, people do what they need to get what they need, but they don't realize what they're missing until they meet Jackie and the crew and really get asked the proper questions and get fitted for these garments, whether it's a properly fitted bra, which is needed for no matter what type of surgery you have, or even if you don't have surgery and you just have radiation. Sometimes that changes the dynamics of your chest and you need to get refitted for a bra. You may need a prosthetic. You could be a partial prosthetic, a full prosthetic. Again, it's not just mastectomy patients. It can be all sorts of treatment where you need a prosthetic to feel whole again, to feel balanced. And these women have been certified to do this job, and they bring these women to where they need to be, not only just physically, but emotionally. And we hear that all the time, is that they didn't even realize that they could feel whole again. We hear that statement a lot.
And the Mobile Fit Clinic was founded in November of 2024. And, let's talk about wigs for a second, back before this, because, like a lot of things, you order them, they come in, they might not fit right. At least here you can go get them tried on and cut or whatever.
And that's where Jackie started. When she started Amanda Thomas many years ago, I think 15, 16 years ago, if I remember correctly, she started with just wigs and treating cancer patients, but she also treats women with alopecia as well. And actually, men too, if they need some of those garments. It's mostly women at this point. And she started with, what they call hair prosthesis and fitting women. Their services in the store also provide hairstylists to help, if you need help shaving your head, to be able to be properly fitted for the wig. And women's have all sorts of choices nowadays. And the good thing is that a lot of insurance companies cover these garments, whether it's a wig or a compression garment. And so you go to Jackie, she takes a lot of insurances, including Medicare, and she'll work with your insurance company to make sure that the purchase is properly coded so that they'll pay for a portion. Most insurance companies don't pay for it all, but they pay for a portion of it so you can have what you need to get
now,
through.
Jackie is the bus driver.
She's also the bus driver. She started the mobile business right before COVID. There was a demand for her to come and from one of the hospitals way up in New Hampshire, and they asked her to come. She was working out of her van. When she realized the demand, she went and invested in an RV. But after a couple of years, it's not a profitable business. And so she and I talked, and she said, I'm thinking about turning this into a nonprofit. Will you be part of it? Mm-hmm. And I absolutely jumped right on board to help because I know what the need is. So right now, she's the only one who drives the RV, but she has 3 or 4 women from her business that travel with her to these remote locations. We have 4 key locations we've been traveling to this year.
Well, that's our objective, Jackie, is to see if we can get you more. But there's only one, Patty, there's only one Jackie.
Yeah. So eventually, if we can get this, we have some short-term goals for sure. But, long-term, we hope, to even make this bigger and have more than one vehicle. Right now, we're trying to get the vehicle, up to snuff and have a comfortable experience for our clients. But, it would be nice if we had more than one vehicle. We could go to more locations. We get asked all the time to go to other locations, and we're just not there yet. But we want to do the best we can for women in these locations that don't have any other options.
Now, Amanda Thomas is a boutique that's in Merrimack that's been there a couple decades now.
Yep.
And so they provide not the services, but the products that are carried at that boutique in the mobile fit. Is that what's going on?
Correct. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's really kind of a couple of main services: certified bra fitting, as well as wig fitting, and also prosthesis, breast prosthesis, and lymphedema garments. Which
again, it keeps coming up to my mind. How the heck did you guys do this before this? Where were these services available? Were they at the hospitals or?
The hospital will provide a bra after surgery.
And you're on your own.
But it's a bra. It's not properly fitted.
No.
They don't offer prosthesis, although, like I said, you can buy those types of things online, but you're not going to get properly fitted. Jackie, over the last, I think, 2.5 years now, also provides a custom prosthesis for folks, so not even just off the shelf. Yeah. And that's all done via an iPad, so she can do it in the mobile clinic as well.
Oh, my.
And then, she fits the folks, and then she ships the product to them. And that's part of what she's doing today, is getting product shipped off to the client. So we do have things that they can try on and look at, but then the actual product that's custom to them gets shipped to their home. People drive hours to her brick and mortar because they have no options near them. And we just received recently a testimonial from someone who I agree, because I have lymphedema as well. The compression garments, they're not just about physical being, about feeling better. You need to treat your lymphedema, or you could have more medical complications. And so they fit women for custom and off-the-shelf lymphedema garments and get them to them. Women have to go buy those garments online if they don't have options. It's really just it's really sad. But in this day, it's just not a profitable business that a lot of companies want to be in. It's very difficult to work with the insurance agencies. We know the state of insurance in the United States, and a lot of these companies, it's just not enough profit to warrant the effort and time to work with these insurance companies, and the profit's just not there. And so a lot of companies have just said, yeah, we're just not going to do that part of our business anymore. And it's really just
Jackie Regan is with us this morning, and she's part of listen, the website's NEMFC.org. A key word there for their purpose is to remove obstacles. Now, maybe some of you know someone who has been through this type of stuff, the surgery and the hair loss and the such. And there's only so much that you can do really to support them. But inside those people, it's crushing, absolutely crushing. And that's why my mind keeps going back to the struggles, beating on the wall to try to get stuff to make you bring back how you felt personally. Everybody wants to feel good about themselves. First of all, they have the outside thing pounding on them. Second of all, they may not be able to find the right wig. They might not be able to find the right bra. And to be able to do that was almost impossible. That's why we have them on. And that's why we're trying to spread the word for those of you out there that may know somebody. The challenge will be for you to be able to get to the clinic because we're just not in as many locations as we'd like to
not
be.
Yet.
But you're really fairly new.
Yep.
We're just helping spread the word. Other people as well that are involved in the community that are going to be just as blown away when they hear about this. We'll try to, let that grow so that maybe we can get a presence in Nashua on a day where people from Nashua could just go see. Because if you take a look at some of the pictures of the inside of this thing, wine and dine on the spot. Plus, you have to meet Jackie, and you got to meet Patty. She's got an outstanding personality. You can tell she's very passionate about this and very knowledgeable. Now, you're not on every bus. You're not there. But Jackie, who was on with us last time, she loves this. And thank God she does, because if not, you'd have to go to that Amanda, whatever. What's
Amanda
it called?
Thomas.
That's about all I know. I don't know anything in Nashua, but
and luckily she's passionate about as well to keep her business running as well with these services. So not just the mobile clinic, but even just servicing the local folks in this area. I mean, people come around to Nashua, Derry, Salem, all the surrounding areas too. They go to see Jackie as well because, again, there's not a lot of options.
Yeah,
for those
we have
women.
to get you down here because if you go to their website, nemfc.org, you could click on the schedule, and they're in Berlin, Vermont on Wednesdays, Lebanon, New Hampshire Thursday, Spofford, New Hampshire Wednesdays, and then in Dover. So we need to get them closer. Hudson, Londonderry, Derry maybe, Milford maybe, Nashua, of course, and that's what we need to work out to do. This woman's going to be, how's she going to keep up? I mean, we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday she's in Berlin, Vermont, and the same day she goes to Spofford, New Hampshire.
Every other.
They
do every other.
Okay,
so they're traveling all month. 30th,
yep. That's a lot.
So Wednesday, Thursdays is the schedule, and then every other they go, for the weeks. Yeah.
So have you guys seen a little more, foot traffic from when you first started going to having consistent dates of when you'll be there? Have they?
Yeah, and actually, yes, the consistency has definitely helped. And Jackie and I were laughing this week. Last week, I forget which clinic. I think it might have been Lebanon, New Hampshire. Jackie asked, "How did you hear about us?" And she said, "Victoria's Secret."
Ah, what? How?
They were in Victoria's Secret looking for a bra. Explained the situation, and this woman said, "Are you familiar with this mobile clinic?" And
what Victoria's Secret in Nashua at the mall?
No, up in the area where the clinic was.
No kidding.
Yeah, and so I said the word's getting out. That was our phrase. The word's getting out, and this is what getting the word out is going to do for us is to give us presence.
Sure. So somebody that works there
basically said you'd be better off getting fitted by somebody who has experience in this type of situation.
This is what I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
that makes me feel fantastic. I'm a guy. There's a lot more, women that might be knowledgeable about this. This is why I have you on. You brought in one, but I know there's many, and I would like you to share that with the audience of, I know they call them testimonials.
Yep.
And they have to be, the greatest, thing that you guys need to hear.
It's very rewarding, but I brought this one in because when I read, and I'm just going to read an excerpt from it, when I read some of these statements, it brought tears to my eyes. And so I just thought it would convey how important these services are for women. So it says, from the first time in 2 decades, I am walking with my shoulders square, working comfortably in the garden. In my class reunion picture, I could see how I dropped my shoulder. No more. I had no idea that this service was available. I was personally fitted by a lovely, kind, supportive woman, felt like a queen, and I'm extremely grateful that this is available for women with breast cancer history. Truly, what a gift. I've passed this information on to other women in the same condition. I can't express how this has meant to me. It was just, I've read it a couple of times, and we get some great testimonials from women appreciating the service, but this one just touched me a little extra than the others. So I'm glad I was able to share, so thank you.
Well, in this day and age, besides people leaving a 1 or 2 word review on a thing, which is really, how much heart do you put into something like that? You either got to be really blown away by something or really pissed off by something in order to do those. So for someone to take the time to write that, they were moved by it.
Yeah, and I think we tell women, if please spread the word, because this will help us do more. We're pleased with what we're doing now, but we want to do more, and knowing and showing people how much value it's bringing will help us do more.
Couple of pictures at the NEMFC.org website are the inside of this mobile clinic, and geez, there's more things there. You can pretty much have a ball. There's privacy. You have to meet them, but spread the word anyway. But what they do inside this mobile camper, the balancing, which you were talked briefly about before, but not all things are created equal, and you guys do balancing.
And everybody's situation's different. So even if you have the same exact surgery, you have a different body, and different surgeons, and results are different for every woman. So Jackie and the team, they just take your individual situation and fit you for what you need.
I have to ask this. Custom breast using a 3D image. Now, this is just for garments now.
This is for...
Or is it the prosthesis?
It's the prosthesis, the breast prosthesis. So if you're not... if you're not balanced...
Well, I'm just talking about the custom breast. Can you choose sizes you want? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what happens with that? Does it then you bring that to a surgeon, or?
No, we just fit you, and it slips right in. Well, some of them slip right into your bra. Wow. The bras have pockets.
Oh, my.
Or some of them, the newer technology is now that you can put it right against your skin.
Okay.
So depending on your situation, if you had a bilateral, you can pick your size. If you had just surgery on one side, we'll fit you so that you're even on both sides.
Oh, my.
Which is something that women didn't even realize was an option.
Now, you went through this.
I did.
And that little jealous you didn't have all these options.
I did not. I had some options, but not those options for sure. There was not a custom prosthesis at the time that I went through my surgery, but I had never been fitted for a bra before, and that was life-changing.
Oh, in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've got the compression bras and swell spots, which I'm not familiar with this. You could teach the people, is it edema?
Yeah, lymphedema.
Okay, to treat that in the breast.
Yep, you can have lymphedema in your breast or your arm. It's the two common places for breast cancer patients. People might have heard of lymphedema. Other people who have had surgery in other parts of their body could have it in their legs. So it does exist in other parts of the body, but for breast cancer patients, it's really breast or arm. And we offer garments to help deal with those.
Now, do you have your arm compression?
I do. Of course I do. I wear it every day.
Do you take it off at all?
This is a day sleeve, so I take it off at night.
You don't take a shower with it?
Don't take a shower with it. But when I'm not showering or sleeping, I'm wearing this garment, and I have a night garment as well.
And what does that do for you?
It helps compress the skin where my lymph nodes have been removed to make sure that my lymphatic fluid flows the best it can through my body, and my arm doesn't swell up.
Now, how long ago were you diagnosed with that and had it done?
I was diagnosed with my breast cancer a little over 11 years ago. I developed lymphedema. I had always had a little bit of lymphedema after my surgery, but it really got bad probably about 2.5 years after. So
not that you're a doctor, but does the lymphedema happen before or
it
after?
It happens after surgery.
Always,
because it's about...
Does it happen to everybody?
It does not. Everybody's at risk if you've had lymph nodes out of your body. But it doesn't happen to everybody. So that's why even 2.5 years after I had my surgery, I really didn't start getting treated for lymphedema because my arm was a little bit swollen, but nothing that really needed to be treated. And then one day I did something, not sure what it was, and my arm started to blow up, and I went to the doctors, and they said, you need to go get a compression garment and treat for your lymphedema. And I'll admit it, I wasn't really good about taking care of it in the early days, and every time I go to Jackie, she's like, all right, now you need to go to PT. Your arm, you're not taking care of your arm. I'm not going to fit you for a new garment until you go to PT for a couple of treatments, let them get your arm down, and then we'll get you in a new garment. So she's like, not just fitting the garment, but she's, helping educate people on what they need to do to take care of themselves.
You notice a difference?
Absolutely. Yep. My arm is much better, and, I'll have it forever, so I'll always have to take care of it, but
now,
my arm is definitely
how is your cancer?
Totally cancer-free. Yep.
Do you still go after going and doing this stuff? I'm sure you were very happy. It's like you hit the jackpot when they had a mobile fit clinic for you. Do you find yourself maybe going there and buying something new, even though you know what you could get? I mean, that's only where you shop now, my point is?
That's the only place I get bras.
Okay.
And I definitely get my compression garments from Jackie as well. But yeah, now I always get fitted for a bra because it's what I do.
And do you have a wig on?
I do not. This is my hair, but I did wear a wig for a while.
Quite a bit of hair.
I have a lot of hair. My hair grew back.
Sure as hell did, right? Well, that's a big thing, too, which I just basically started talking about wigs for hair loss due to chemotherapy treatments. Probably one of the harshest things, even though a woman can be covered up. Her head is like really exposed, and the hair being gone can really wreck you.
Yeah.
Very strong. Women are very, very strong. There is a identification crisis of their own self when they look in the mirror. A lot of let's face it here. There's a lot of men out there that aren't as supportive as others may be, so they have to deal with that as well. And then trying to buy wigs through the mail.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy some that are, off the chart. So to be able to go in, fit, look in a mirror, I don't like this. And let me ask you, can they cut or do things to them there too? Because
Yes.
it's not just like one size fits all. You have to buy them, and they have to get like almost like a tailored suit.
It very much so. I was going to say that not only is it just buying the wig, but they'll fit you for a wig. You get to try them on, decide. If you want to do something different with the style, you get to try it out. Or, if there's a wig that's pretty close to what you want, they'll cut the hair.
How fun is that, though?
Yeah. And
I don't want to have brown hair today.
Yeah.
You can. Now, are they pricey?
Very pricey. So I have and had at the time pretty good insurance. They would pay about $250 towards the wig.
$250 towards the wig?
Towards the wig, and I got a prosthetic wig, fake hair, and it was, I think the cost at that time, 11 years ago, was probably in upwards of $350, $400. If you want real hair, you're going to pay over $1,000 for that wig.
And does insurance still cover some of that?
They cover some of it, but they don't cover all of it. So even with my insurance, which is excellent, they don't cover the full cost of the wig.
Well, at least you have choices, though.
Yep,
you know
do
what
have
I mean?
choices.
When it comes to this, it's just like people with pets. It doesn't matter what the cost is,
And Jackie and her brick and mortar, and, maybe at some point we'll do this in the clinic as well, but, she runs twice a year wig sales because the wigs are expensive,
Okay.
and that way people have options to get a second wig or a third wig.
Well, I mean, isn't it like, product on the shelf? It's been here a while. Maybe we can cut it down a little bit.
Yeah, she gets new styles, styles
About how
change.
many wigs is she schlepping around in that thing? About how many?
A lot.
Really?
I don't know how many, but...
All different styles, short hair, long hair. Wow.
Well, so you need to make an appointment to attend the clinic, and there's two big reasons why you need to make an appointment. One is so we can get your insurance information, call your insurance company, figure out what they're going to cover. So we can tell you as you're looking at garments what your insurance company will cover. That's very important, especially for folks that are on a fixed budget. But secondly, we also try to find out what you like, whether it's a wig or bras, what is your style, and we try to bring, and what's your current size that you know of. So we try to bring as many options for you to try on as possible. So you can't bring everything. We can't bring the whole store, but we try to bring as much as possible so women have choices, not just, they keep a stock of everything in the clinic so they don't have to pack every single time. But then based on, the conversations with the clients, they'll pack. They always have a little bit of packing to do the morning of the clinic so they can bring things very specific to what you've told us.
what percentage does insurance companies pay towards this type of stuff? Do you? Is it? I know it varies. I'm just trying to get a ballpark.
I mean, mostly it's about 20, usually about 20%.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and we've been very lucky that in the past couple of years, Medicare pays more than they've paid in the past. So they now cover a lot of the compression garments where in the past, insurance companies weren't recognizing lymphedema as a condition that needed to be covered, but now they cover lymphedema garments, which is very important for women because, again, that's not really a choice. They really need to wear those garments to be healthy. It's not just a physical presence just to feel better. It's really a medical requirement as well. So I'm glad to see that insurance companies are starting to step up.
Patty Regan is with us this morning from the New England Mobile Fit Clinic, NEMFC.org. And you people that are listening that may just be enjoying the interview or know someone that's been through this that could use help, you can help these guys and gals out by donating to them to help them cause. This is a big thing to do. You really need to be moved by this because it sure as heck isn't there to be making money. You've got to have a passion for this and a spirit of caring to go out of your way to do a thing. Because if this wasn't going on, I mean, I don't know what people would do. Some probably don't do anything. So you can go to the website, to the donate button, and click on donate and help them out the best you can for what you can as they continue to grow, because they will. There's a board of directors, and I love talking. I've got to know Patty. She's a great personality. I mean, a lot of women that I met that have gone through this, you leaps and bounds among others that can leap up over something like that, and your outlook is fantastic. You've got a great personality, a great smile, and you're always upbeat. But I'm sure sometimes in life during that time it wasn't that way. Yeah. And for you to see this now, it's like, hey, you want to go out and spread the word. Unfortunately, you have to work. So
yeah, it is true.
You're not able to be.
I got to pay the bills too.
I know. And we have to say thanks to Jackie. She's like, now is she a one woman show here, or
she has like five? I think it's like 5 employees. She couldn't do the mobile clinic without her employees.
How could she?
Right. First of all, people stay at the store while they're out in the clinic, and then she if she has a full clinic plan, then she brings multiple girls. I'm like, I don't know how you keep both going. It's amazing.
Does she run the Amanda Thomas store?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, that's her business.
Okay. Well, listen, don't forget now to go to where their schedule is and their services so you can see until we can get them down here, which we're going to work on for sure. And you have to make an appointment. You can't just show up at this place right here. And basically the email's very, you can info@amandathomasboutique.com. There's a phone number on there as well. I'm not going to throw it out. You might be driving. I don't need you writing it down. But go to the website and just mark it down, put it down. Remember that it's New England Mobile Fit Clinic, but NEMFC, and it's just .org. It's a nonprofit. And check it out when you get back to wherever you're at. And you can read everything, and maybe you might know somebody that might want to go to this. Again, the location's, it's a drive, but it's a gorgeous drive. And don't forget, you have to make it, and so does Jackie in a big mobile clinic. So she's driving from what, Merrimack?
She actually drives from, sometimes they leave from from Merrimack, and sometimes she lives a little bit further north, so she'll leave and meet the girls from her home as well. That's where she
So it looks like the next one.
Right after Labor Day.
Right after Labor Day.
Yep, the week after Labor Day.
Yep. Jeez, I can't believe it's September.
I know, it's crazy.
I asked myself this on my regular show is I don't understand why November, December, February, March don't go by this fast.
I know. I guess unless you're a skier.
It's like May, June, July, August. Where did it go?
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit there going November, December, January, February. Oh.
Yeah, and I guess it's important to note if you're interested in coming and visiting the Mobile Fit Clinic, we do stop the clinic in December Most of our clinics stop in November. We do go in December. We don't travel. The clinic doesn't travel in the winter months
God
for
bless.
obvious reasons.
Yes, because 89 is the most deadliest road in the winter that there is.
That's right. We're not driving the RV in those, but then we resume again in March or April.
Okay, well, that's a good time for us to continue to work on seeing if we can get a couple dates down here.
Yeah,
I mean, that's once you start to meet some of our connections here, let's let those balls roll. Once people start to know that this is a thing here, I mean, the word will spread.
You got it. Yep.
I always like talking to you. I really appreciate I just appreciate that you want to do this and you continue to do this. It's easy to just give up, which is the message for anybody that's struggling with cancer. But albeit breast cancer today is not a death sentence. I mean,
doesn't have to be.
At one time in life, it was pretty, but I mean, the technology's come a long way.
It really has, and there's a lot of early detection. In some ways, our demand is even higher because women having preventative surgeries and preventative treatments, or if they're diagnosed very early on, women are getting diagnosed earlier and earlier. So in some ways, more women are getting diagnosed with breast cancer, but less women are dying from breast cancer.
Do they attribute this to, I don't know what, but maybe even genetics? I mean, what the heck? How many women had breast cancer in the 40s and 50s? Nobody even knew what it was.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. People didn't really know what it was. And, it's not just family history. I didn't have any family history for me, and we find that a lot. We don't, I think there's, just like everything, I think it's a couple of reasons why people get any kind of cancer. It's a complicated answer. But definitely women are out there getting it still. Fortunately, less women are dying from it, which is good. What's most important.
But bringing back, the pride, the feeling good, after going through that torturous, it's a mind just can destroy you, to be able to go someplace that's local in areas that you might not think, to be able to meet other people that have gone through this, that you're in a private situation and there's tons of stuff to see where you, again, ordering online. I mean,
it's all about the proper fit.
That's right.
Right? Because you're not going to be satisfied if
it's
you don't
going to
get
feel
something
good.
Right.
NEMFC.org.